Well, good morning, everybody. Meteorologist Travis Klineski here on this Thursday morning. We've had some fairly active weather through the overnight and early this morning. Things will start to calm down for a time, but more severe weather is going to be a possibility later on today. Let's start you off with our Futurecast product here. And again, still some of that lingering shower and thunderstorm activity through the mid to late morning hours, possibly even early afternoon hours. Then we have a couple of things at play here. First off, a stalled out stationary boundary somewhere in the area. That combined with numerous outflow boundaries left from the convection in the thunderstorms earlier this morning. Those two things, outflow boundaries, kind of mini cold fronts, those two things can act to provide a lot of lift in the atmosphere. That combined with fairly high dew points, a lot of potential energy when it comes to the explosiveness of thunderstorms, instability, so to speak, and all that could come together, some moderate shear as well to provide us for strong to severe thunderstorms later this afternoon and into this evening. So late this afternoon, kind of like yesterday a little bit, although I think better moisture than yesterday. We do watch for those late day showers and storms developing again late afternoon into the evening hours. Supercell thunderstorms would be a possibility for a short amount of time there, with the risk of large hail damage winds and isolated tornadoes. Eventually, after probably about 8 or 9 o'clock, these should all merge into a complex, one or two complexes of showers and storms that will press eastward across the area into the eastern portions of Nebraska and provide more of a damaging wind and a large hail threat. After midnight, it becomes a little more isolated, although still a small chance of showers and storms. By tomorrow morning, other than maybe a 20% chance of a shower storm, I think most of us are looking at dry conditions for your Friday. Not that bad temperature-wise. That front will actually sag southward for a time, but moves back northward Friday night into Saturday. And with it still in the area, still going to see numerous chances of showers and storms. First off, look at the late day hours of Friday out in the western parts of Nebraska. Some of that activity will be making its way eastward during the overnight Friday, providing another chance of strong to severe thunderstorms, maybe a better chance coming in as we get towards Saturday, late in the day into Saturday night. So for today, and we do have a weather alert day for the from the Nebraska Weather Network here. This is the latest outlook as of 8 o'clock this morning. An enhanced risk of severe weather along and south of Interstate 80 in Nebraska from about Lexington eastward, and also northern portions of Kansas. So really that Interstate 70 to Interstate 80 corridor between Kansas and Nebraska there. That's where the best chance of severe weather is, with a slight risk back towards the west and the northwest, a marginal risk in northern Nebraska where the chance is much smaller. Again, a threat of at least some isolated tornadoes, damaging winds, and large hail, possibly some significant large hail up to baseball size in some spots. So all those modes of severe weather possible, and of course with all the flooding we've seen because of the storms last night, probably going to see at least some kind of a flooding potential out there with some of the slower moving storms. Of course, we saw anywhere from 2 to 3, 4 inches of rain earlier this morning. Tomorrow, the threat is down somewhat, mostly out towards southwestern and western Nebraska late in the day tomorrow into tomorrow night. Again, I think we could still see a few strong to severe thunderstorms late in the overnight hours, Friday night into Saturday morning, even in central and eastern Nebraska. And as we head into Saturday, a little bit better chance, a slight risk of severe weather for a large portion of the viewing area late in the afternoon Saturday into Saturday night. So we'll have to watch that severe weather threat once again. Temperatures for today will work their way up into the 80s for most of us, potentially near 90 in Kansas, maybe hanging on to 70s in the far northwest there. So overall, another warm one expected for today. We'll drop back into the 60s for the most part tonight, and then tomorrow should be more of the same. It looks like a lot of 80s once again, maybe a few upper 70s out there. So not that bad temperature-wise, pretty typical for early June. And in fact, most of the week ahead of us features temperatures in the 80s for highs and 60s for lows. As we go through the weekend, still going to be that chance of showers and thunderstorms. A frontal boundary is going to come through on Sunday, bringing us one last chance of showers and storms and some severe weather. And then most of next week dry. Now, I did include a very small chance Tuesday. It's not a great chance, though. I would say most of us will be dry Monday through Wednesday, which will be a big change. I think a welcome change, especially if we're talking about flooding rains, as some already have seen and some probably will see over the next couple of days. So again, very active weather for the next few days. Again, keep an eye to the sky with that severe weather potential, especially today. Again, there's a few concerning things that I'm seeing with some of the forecast models. There are also a few things inhibiting maybe better chances of severe weather. So something we'll have to watch for again after about 4 or 5 o'clock this afternoon, right through the evening and overnight hours tonight, especially before midnight. So there is your forecast for today. Until next time, I'm meteorologist Travis Klineski, and I hope you have a great Thursday.